to my kitchen, and a new episode of the holidays are coming. Let's make another cookie. This time we're going to make a bar cookie, and it's a raspberry crumble bar. And boy, are these going to be awesome. And they're going to be made even easier because we're going to go ahead and use that Betty Crocker Sugar Cookie mix in a pouch that I've been using for a couple other recipes. You know, I just can't see not using it. They're really affordable. They're pre-measured ingredients. There's nothing bad in it. It already has things in it you would put in it. If you want to use a favorite sugar cookie dough recipe that you use, go ahead. But I see not the point. I have lots of sugar cookie recipes that I've used over the years. One that my mother and my grandmother both used. But this is a really great recipe, and we're going to show you how to make it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take 2 pouches, and I have one cut up already. So this what it looks like. Dump that in there. And I left one that I didn't cut open yet so you can see what it looks like. This is what it's going to look like when you find it in your grocery store. It's the Betty Crocker Sugar Cookie mix. And really, you don't add, you can make it just like it says on the back. You add a stick of butter and 1 egg and mix it all up. And then if you want to make cutout cookies, you add a little bit of flour to it and then you chill it. But this is a really quick and easy way to do this. If you've got kids, let me run and let Sammy in the house because she wouldn't come in when we called her before because, you know, she's just like a teenager. Mm-hmm. Come on. She hears Mama talking and she's got to know what about. So, all right.
Who's she talking to?
That's right. We're going to throw in a 1/4 cup of flour. We want the dough to be a bit stiffer than it would normally turn out. We're going to use 2/3 of a cup of softened butter. It's room temperature butter. Okay, it's 2/3 of a cup, and if you look on this side of your butter, it'll say that 1/3 of a cup is 5 and 1/3 tablespoons equals 1/3 cup, which I think is silly, but you know, if you put 6 tablespoons, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. If you get a little too much, it's not going to be a problem. Okay, we're going to put in a couple of eggs. And here we're making the dough part, and from the dough we will make the crumble part. And we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of almond extract. And you know, I'm going to tell you guys, if you have a TJ Maxx near you, I'm so not kidding, please check it out. They have a gourmet food section. I buy all of my extracts and flavorings from TJ Maxx because they are so inexpensive.
And check them at least once a week.
And I go to the TJ Maxx, but I literally live across the street from the mall in a suburban area. And I check TJ Maxx once a week. Okay, we're going to mix this up really well. Pull that out a little. Blend it until it's a nice cohesive dough and your butter is well incorporated and everything else. You may have to turn it up a bit to get it to do its thing, not that high, but oh, it's already starting to smell really good. So basically you're kneading those ingredients together and you're going to make a pretty stiff sugar cookie dough. Okay, so we're going to want to take half of this. I'm going to spray my pan with a little baking spray. You probably don't even need to do that if you don't want to, but I think it's probably a good idea. I'm going to preheat my oven to 325 degrees. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take half. I'm going to take half of this dough, but I'm going to use one of these scrapers here. Okay. If you have the opportunity to get a couple of these little scrapers, I highly recommend it. King Arthur Flour sells them. They're like 60 cents a piece. So if you're placing an order with King Arthur, go ahead and grab a couple. But, you know, if you're not, I wouldn't go out of my way just to place an order for those. But I got to tell you.
You probably get them in the auto parts store, too, in the body shop section.
Oh yeah, huh? For putting on Bondo.
Yeah, Bondo spreader.
We're gonna just press half of the cookie dough in the bottom of the pan. And for any of you who are familiar, this is very similar to a Linzer cookie bar. My mom used to make these Linzer cookie bars when I was a kid, and oh my goodness, they were so good. But they took a long time. These are a perfect answer to that same taste without, you know, I just remember her really taking a lot of time with those, and which is fine. I mean, we take a lot of time to make great things for the people that we care about. But I'm trying to show you guys how to do things quicker, easier, without sacrificing flavor, without sacrificing your wallet. I think that's my main thing, is that, and you can see I'm spraying a little of that cooking oil spray on my hands, just so I can easily spread this dough in the bottom of the pan here. And then you can also choose to do it with this. I'm just gonna even up my corners a bit. There you go. Get it as even as you possibly can. Let me wash my hands real quick. Did you sneak a taste of that dough?
You fling one out. So.
Oh, I'm glad I could assist you there.
You flung one out.
I flung one out. Okay, this is a cup of seedless raspberry jam, and I'm going to go get the jar so I can show you what I used. I have homemade raspberry jam. I did not take the seeds out of it when I made it. I am using this. This is Palantir All Fruit. And all it has in it, seriously, it has pear juice, grape juice, raspberries, and fruit pectin, and citric acid. That's all that it has in it. It's very, very simple ingredients. I like this brand. I believe it's actually from Europe, but that's one jar of the Palantir All Fruit. So it's, a cup is 8 ounces, but the jar is 10, so I'm sure it's the weight, because when I put it in the cup, what you see is how much was in there. So the other half of the dough that's in the bowl here, we're going to toss in a cup. There's our raspberry jam on our dough. We're going to put in a cup of slivered almonds, and I'm just going to mix this for just a couple seconds. Okay. I think we're getting there. Oh, this just smells so yummy. The almond extract really comes through. And I mean, I know I use almond extract in a lot of things, but I just love that flavor. All right.
Much better.
Yeah, way much better. You were going to get that. I'm sorry. There we go. Now I have a giant sink full a mess. That's okay. Oh, that dough is tasty. All right, into our preheated oven for 25 to 30 minutes. When it's time for it to come out, we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Are they ready? Sissy says they're ready. Okay. Look how beautiful these are.
Yes.
Really pretty.
Very nice.
Okay. What you're going to want to do now is turn off your oven. Leave these sitting here. Let them cool completely before you cut them up. When it's time to do that, we'll be back and we will serve you a couple pieces of these wonderful raspberry crumble bars. Okay, we're back, and these have cooled an appropriate amount of time, and I'm going to cut some here so you can see what they look like. You can see that one row is missing because we tasted it. What I like to do is, if you cut right down the middle there, then you can cut in half, or approximately half. Having one of these bench scrapers is a lovely, lovely thing, because then you get a nice sharp cut. And let's see, I'm probably going to get about 3 more rows out of this. Yes. Beautiful.
This would be good for a cookie exchange too.
Perfect for a cookie exchange. And they're a little bit different because these are, you know, not a traditional cookie, but they're a lovely bar cookie, and they're kind of different. You know, usually bar cookies, well, they run the gamut. There are so many different kinds. But let me grab a plate. But this one, it's got such a nice flavor to it, and I love anything with crumbs on the top. That's just me. There's something about a crumb pie or a crumb bar or some sort of thing like that that just...
Crumb cake.
Crumb cake. Who doesn't love crumb cake? Half the fun of something with crumbs on it is the crumbs. Just beautiful. There you go. Raspberry crumb bars. And really, not that many ingredients. Pre-measured bag of sugar cookie mix. And then you add you could change this up. This would be delicious with apricot jam, strawberry jam, any kind, you know, blackberry, or
White chocolate chips.
you could add a sprinkling of white chocolate chips on the top and with those crumbs, and it's going to be the bomb, let me tell you what. So, let's see. I'm going to put that up there so that Rick can get them insides. It's kind of cakey and sweet from the jam on the middle, and then crunchy with the almonds and the crumbs on the top. It's really, really delicious.
They're very good.
They're going to be very satisfying, and people are going to be asking you for the recipe. So, I hope you try these raspberry crumb bars, and I hope you love them, because I think that they're going to be a great addition to your Christmas this year. So, until next time, I'll see ya.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays!